What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. I'm just walking towards the big giant black penis that represents the power of the United States of America. I would just like to, point that out every time I get a chance, that this is a big giant black penis that represents power, and that's why we have it there in the capital of the most powerful place in America. A black person designed Washington, D.C., so maybe he threw that in there and he probably just threw that shit in there. But anyway, the purpose of this video is to talk about another great business idea that I think we African Americans could do in Africa, right? And so one of the biggest problems that we have is that we don't, as African Americans, most of us don't understand the law and the business practices of the various different countries that we want to operate in, right? And that's how we end up getting scammed, because when we go over there, we deal with people we're not quite sure of. Just like we have scammers here that prey on people and their ambitions, you have scammers there who prey on people and their ambitions. There's no country you can go to where you will not be targeted because of your ambitions, all right, period. There's no country that you're gonna go to that you can't get scammed in on every various different field. It's just that now the African Americans in the diaspora are getting their feet underneath them after being displaced for the better part of half a century. We're now getting back into the daily operations of living and doing business on a global scale. So what African Americans, a business African Americans should think about, and this is a business that we definitely would have to collaborate with our brothers and sisters overseas. It has to be almost like a 50-50 symbiotic relationship, is a firm or a company that facilitates people in America that wants to do business in Africa. Meaning, it could be maybe you get a couple lawyers, from whatever country you're dealing with, right? Maybe you're a lawyer, maybe you're a executive secretary, maybe you're one of those people who people come to at your various corporate jobs or government jobs. You're the one that get things done. You're the one to make sure everything's on the up and up, that all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted. Those type of people, the people that can facilitate administrative duties, the people that know how to run and operate organizations. Get a few people like that together, both in America and on any country within Africa that you want to deal with, right? And what you do is you set up a firm that facilitates people who want to do business. So let's say there's somebody in America that wants to buy land in whatever country in Africa they want to do. Well, they will go through and be filtered through your business, and your business will make sure that whoever they're purchasing the land from is a upstanding individual, and the business is square and legit and legal. Because you'll have your lawyers on that side, right? And you have the lawyers on this side, both facilitating the legalities of whatever business transaction. That way, all paperwork is done by lawyers, signed by lawyers, being your retainer to do any type of business that you need to do that's necessary, right? And then that business can also hire ambassadors and minors, right? I call them ambassadors and minors, right? This is something I may end up doing one day too. Like these are a lot of plans that I be thinking in my head. I can't do everything, but some of this stuff I'm gonna do, right? So the business in respective country will hire minders, right? Or hire ambassadors, people who basically do things on behalf of you via the company. So they work for your company, right? And let's say there's somebody in America, hey, I wanna buy this land, then I wanna build this, I'm looking for a blueprint for this house, and I wanna build it here, and I wanna make sure everything's legitimate, right? So your job, your company, is to make sure that when the land is purchased, that it's purchased legally, legitimately, and is airtight. And then when it comes to building a house, you make sure that the client, the one that's in America, sees the blueprint, gets the blueprint, picks out the house they want, all the things they want. And your job is to make sure that the contracting company does their damn job and does it correctly, and you make sure that the contracting company over there gets paid in a timely manner, right? So you both hold the client and over here in America and the client over there accountable, right? So when you do that, you create a business of trust. So only people that can come through your business will be people that's already been proven or trusted. Right? So that way people can start building confidence that they can do business in Africa via your company, because you'll facilitate the things. If you need somebody to go out there and check and do this, guess what? You call the firm, the company, whatever you call it. They'll send one of the minders that's assigned to the case right? And they'll go out and do whatever it is necessary they need to do to make sure that you got eyes on project, right? Let's say you want to open up a store or open up a business somewhere, but you know, if you're an American, you got to come back and work. And that's the big issue. It's hard for people to do business. It's hard for people to do business when they can't be there all the time. And that's the reality. Like, I've been running my business in Nigeria for over 5 years now. I'm just lucky enough to have a partner that's my eyes and my ears and my left and right hand. So anything I need to get done, I can get it done. Everybody don't have that same ability, and that's the issue that stops a lot of people from doing business, because they don't have nobody they can trust. And the truth is, most of us are not going to be able to find anybody close enough to trust to that capacity. That's just reality. But if you can go through a established business, you can create an established business that can establish the trust, the way you can do business through that business. People will come to you. There's plenty of African Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Latinos that got a pocket full of money and a bunch of ideas, but absolutely no way to manifest that in Africa, right? And you got plenty of businesses, you got plenty of people over there in Africa, right, that have plenty of resources that don't know how to manifest, that don't have the money or funds to manifest their dreams as well. You can also matchmake, right? Because as a firm, people are going to be coming to you on the continent, in whatever countries that you operate in. They'll be coming to you because they know you're a place of opportunity. So that means people who got thousands and thousands of acres of land, but they poor, right? But they just have this land. They've been in the land for centuries. They want to develop it. They want to do something with it. They want to make money. They can come to the firm, right? And everything being legal and legitimate, right? They can maybe partner up with a business partner who wants to operate in that country, that state, and somebody who's interested in the business opportunity that you can present on the continent to any prospective investor. And boom, y'all can meet up via, we can meet each other online. Like, we got all sorts of online meeting platforms where the people over there and the people over here can talk and communicate like if they're in the same room, right? Workflows. Your business can operate multinational. You can have a small little office in whatever African country you got. You have a small physical office here, whatever state you live in America. That way, people can physically get to you, right? They can, because the thing is, a lot of people sometimes you want to be in front of somebody. You want to see the person you do, especially when you're talking about big money and you're tossing money around. You want to be able to see that this is a legitimate operation. So you would have a small facility over there, small facility over here, where your staff would work out of, right? All workflow would be on the same, it may be Microsoft Cloud or whatever y'all decide to use. That way, all workflow is transparent. All money transfers is transparent. You can open up a bank over there. I have a bank. I bank with First Bank of Nigeria. I have a bank account there. I also have a bank account with Access Bank. So as an African American, you can go over there and create a bank account using your American address. I get mail from those banks in Nigeria to my house in America. I get receipts and all. It's just the same thing, right? You can connect things, right? And you can work with your colleagues on the continent to facilitate these type of businesses, right? That way listen, like I always say this in my videos, the gold rush, right? During the gold rush, many people went off to the West to go seeking gold. Many people were successful, but more people were not successful. But you know who was successful? The guy who was selling the shovels, the guy who was selling the pickaxe, the guy who was selling the pan, the guy who was selling regular plain tin made more money than the guys digging gold, right? The guy who was bending tin, right, and whittling wood made more money than the guy who found gold. So these type of businesses, these intermediate businesses, these middle ground businesses, these are business to business type of businesses will succeed whether the prospective client succeeds in their endeavors or not. Your job will be to facilitate whatever they want to do, and make sure it's all legit and airtight so that the trust factor is not an issue, right? And as your reputation grows, because people are going to be doing reviews and they're going to review your company or how they facilitated you in doing this. You bought land, you built a house, you wanted to start a firm, you wanted to start a small private IT school, you wanted to start a coding school. You want anything you can imagine, the company should be able to facilitate such a thing. And all it takes is people who know how to organize, who know how to document, who knows how to account for money, who knows how to talk and manage with people, who knows the law. And you get two lawyers, one that's versed in American law and versed in whatever law within the country, right? They both will have to, make sure the laws don't conflict with each other, but that's their job. That's what the lawyers get paid to do. And that way, the person that want to do business can just think about what they want to do, how much money it's going to cost, or who they doing business with. This is a perfect business that I think that a lot of African-American diasporans can get into. And by hiring minders on the ground, you'll be creating jobs locally and giving people opportunity to do things they wouldn't otherwise be able to do. You get to have people do things and build and start and create skills just by the repetition of dealing with all these different businesses and land and real estate. You're creating a middle class, you're creating jobs, you're contributing to the community. It's a win-win-win for everybody, right? So I just want you guys to think about that. It's a great business opportunity, and it facilitates other people being able to start businesses in Africa and everywhere. This can go global. This can be a global network of African firms that facilitate diasporan business throughout diaspora. We could be doing this same company can go from America to Trinidad, right? From Trinidad to Nigeria, from Nigeria to South Africa. Somebody from South Africa can use it for Nigeria. Somebody in Cameroon can do it to go to Kenya. Like, it could go anywhere, right? As long as you have the proper people in place. And I think that's something that could be stood up with minimal amount of money, especially with all the technology we got now. You can basically create a whole workflow and create a whole business online with minimal cost. You just need to find people that you can work with who are professional, who are not gonna, obviously screw you over and steal your goddamn money. But other than that, I think that's something that a few smart African Americans with a little bit of elbow grease and ingenuity and creativity can facilitate. I think it's something that we can do, and that's something we have to do, because that's what Europeans do. If we don't do it, we'll never succeed. We got to create the bridge to make it easier for our people to walk back and forth and do business with each other and socialize with each other. All right, so that's all I got to say for now, guys. Afro Think Tank, learn something, teach them. I'm out.